We're back with your chance to ask Attorney Stewart Vance your legal questions live here on the air. That number one more time, 420-9732. That's 334-420-9732. Stewart, you handle personal injury cases. We get a lot of calls from people who say this happened 5 or 10 years ago. Remind people that time limit they have to file a case.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Sally. It's 2 years from the date of the injury, whether that's a car wreck, whether that's on the job, whatever it might be. Now, not to confuse people, certain areas of the law that could be extended under some circumstances, but the easy drop dead date, you got to have something filed or you lose your right forever, is 2 years from the date you got injured.
With that in mind, how important is it to give an attorney a call? If you're in a car accident or you're injured in another area, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to file a lawsuit, but how important is it to go ahead and get some advice?
I think it's vital because we see so many cases that folks have waited to say, hey, I think I was going to get better, or, I wasn't hurt at the time. And then, lo and behold, it turns into a slight bulging disc. Now it's a ruptured disc. Now they got back surgery. And now a year and a half has lapsed. And that gap in any treatment or along with the treatment is really, it's tough. It's not hard to, we can't overcome it, but it makes everything much more difficult dealing with the insurance company. If you have to go to court, it's just easier to build a really good timeline with your treatment, what the injury is, how it started from the beginning. So whether you end up hiring an attorney, worth a phone call in the beginning just to sort of see what the options are and what you should be doing. We handle a lot of those kinds of calls, and it seems to help folks at least know what they're looking for and what they should be doing, and they come back to us later. We already kind of know what's going on. They've been doing it the right way.
Let's go to Felicia now in Montgomery. Felicia, what is your question?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I just called. I really don't have a question. I just want to commend you, Mr. Vance 3333333. I just want to commend you on the good things that you're doing. That's it. And I like all your commercials, especially the one you say you got to pay for.
Well, thank you. That was my sister. This is my sister.
I was like, which relative of yours is this?
That's what he said. What you is? You Alabama or Auburn? You said, now that's the one you got to pay for.
Yep.
That's great. Felicia, thank you for calling. That has to make you feel good. And I know the reason you do what you do is to help people.
It does. We take it a prideful point at our firm of not doing ads that what we call are indirect get a check. We've got so much for this person, so much for that person. We tried to avoid that because that gives, in our opinion, a very false sense of expectation for people, because having done this for almost 30 years, what we cannot control is how much insurance is available. The case may be a horrible injury. It may be someone died, and there may be no insurance, or there may be places we look and we find a lot of insurance. And so, to give people false hope that, gosh, if they just call us, they're going to get a ton of money is a little disingenuous. I'd rather folks call us because we're in the community that they're in. We're here, live where they live. We deal with the same kind of things they deal with, and we're going to shoot them straight and tell them what's what. We have those great stories where, we had a lady that came in and they had offered her $25,000. We got involved because I think her son had passed away, and we ended up finding her over $1 million. So, there are those great stories that we have had successes, and we have them often. But, to put that out there, that's sort of a commonplace is a little deceiving, in my opinion. So it does make me feel good that people say that and they recognize us. And we are, for real. We live here in town. You come see us, talk to us. We enjoy being a part of this community like I know you guys do at WSFA.
Sure do. Let's go to Janet now in Montgomery. Janet, go ahead with your question.
Yes. I have a question. In regards to my garage, I had the epoxy coating put down. And what has happened, it doesn't dry like it should have dried. And the floor, some of the areas are not smoothly applied. It has a rough, flaky texture to it. And I have contacted a company who did the work, and the first time I waited and they did not call me back, and of course I emailed them twice. I texted them, I did not email them, and they said they would get to me the end of June, and it's July, and they're not answering my call. They haven't called back, and I just need to know what is my next step.
Well, sorry that's happened to you. I'm familiar with the product you're talking about.
Yes.
And I would say send a letter, put it in writing, send an email and an old-fashioned, put it in the mail, send it certified receipt so they have to say they got it. Because if you end up heading the direction you are and you end up in court, the judge or judges that you deal with are going to appreciate the fact that you made the right effort, you made the phone calls, you sent them a letter, you tried to reach out to handle it on your own, but sometimes it just doesn't work and you have to go to court. I would say keep in mind that the 2 years we just talked about, don't let that time slip by. The district court system in our state is really good. The civil district court has a jurisdictional limit of $20,000. So it used to be 10 and 10 as you doesn't go as far as it used to. So any claim valued $20,000 or less, you can go to district court. It's not a jury. The judges are great. They're going to get you in their courtroom within a month. So let that be kind of out there that could serve you well if you need it. But I would say your next step should be sending a letter to the company.
A certified letter.
Correct. That's what I would do.
I do appreciate it, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck to you. That documentation is so important. Stuart, for people who have a question and they did not call in today, how can they reach you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's as easy as dialing 3 for me, 333-3333. You can text us. You can go to our website. You can go to WSFA's website and go to Ask the Attorney link, put your question in. We'll try to get to it on the air, but an attorney will follow back up with you.
Dial 3 for me. It's as easy as Felicia sang a little bit ago.
That's exactly right. I got to call Felicia and thank her.
Yes, thanks, Stuart. It's always good to see you.